Best of High End.
Experience the beauty of audio and video.
Because of our Room Perfect and bass management and so on, I actually like to demonstrate a multi-channel system with only 4 speakers. Left, right, left and right surround. And if you're anywhere near the center of the room, you have full, absolutely full surround. Then of course, you can add something by having ceiling speakers or audio speakers at a higher. It's good, but I would say if the system is really good, you don't need that many speakers because you have panoramic imaging between the speakers. There are some people, like for big theaters and so on, they think you can only have it sound like a certain direction if you actually have a speaker in that direction. But that's total rubbish. You can have perfect imaging between speakers. It just requires that you do everything right. The speaker is a good design, amp is a good design, correction is a good design, bass management is good. Then you really don't need many speakers. I have heard, we've done a lot of Atmos and Oro systems, and that is typically with 11 channels. But of course, if you have a very large room, you may end up using more channels. But overall, I don't see much use of going from 12 to 16. I set up for a show an 11-channel system. And it's a lot of work, it's a lot of speakers and so on. For music, I think 4 channels is actually enough. We have quite a few customers who have, if they have a big screen, that have elected not to have a center channel speaker because it would have to be behind the screen, and that is not so good for the sound. And as long as you sit fairly close to the middle of the room, you don't have any need for a center channel speaker. You can get greater envelopments, but I kind of always say better to have 4 really good speakers than to have a whole bunch of not so good speakers. So make sure the quality is right. That's job number 1. And then you can add more channels if you can afford it and so on. But the important thing is to get really good sound. There is no substitute from a really good sound of every speaker. More speakers doesn't give you greater listening pleasure if they're not really good speakers. It is interesting that if you make really good recordings, you can get a lot of height information in the recording already. I like the Auro system, and for music, I've heard it sound really good with elevated side speakers and so on. So that is a good solution, but it's also a very expensive solution. So if you can afford it, bingo, it's good, absolutely good. But I think you get 80% of the way with just 4 speakers.
Best of High End.
Experience the beauty of audio and video
Sign up for free
at bestofhighend.com.